Success doesn't happen overnight. It's not a stroke of luck, a one-time event, or something reserved for a select few. It is the result of choices, small, seemingly insignificant choices made every single day. Every morning when you wake up, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to growth, discipline, and action. The other leads to delay, excuses, and stagnation. The moment you open your eyes, you decide which path to take. It's not about how you feel, it's about what you choose despite how you feel. Winners understand that motivation is fleeting, but decisions create momentum. They don't wait to feel inspired, they don't wait for the right time. They take action whether they feel like it or not. Some days they wake up excited, ready to take on the world. Other days, they feel drained, unmotivated, maybe even discouraged. But they push forward anyway because they know that success is not a feeling, it's a habit. Every decision you make throughout the day either moves you closer to your goals or pulls you further away. The decision to wake up early instead of hitting snooze. The decision to read something valuable instead of scrolling mindlessly. The decision to exercise instead of making excuses. The decision to work on your craft instead of procrastinating. Each choice may seem small, but compounded over time, these decisions shape your entire future. Think about it. The most successful people in the world don't have extra hours in the day. They don't have special privileges. What they have is a commitment to making the right choices, even when they don't feel like it. While others let their emotions dictate their actions, winners let their actions dictate their emotions. A person who decides every day to push a little harder, to do a little more, to become a little better, eventually they separate themselves from the pack. The results may not be visible immediately, but just like a seed planted in the soil, growth is happening beneath the surface. No one wakes up one day and suddenly has the life of their dreams. It happens through the accumulation of daily choices. Success is not something you wish for, it's something you commit to, one decision at a time. Talent can give you a head start, and motivation can get you going, but neither will take you all the way. Discipline is what carries you from where you are to where you want to be. It is the bridge between setting a goal and seeing it become a reality. Without discipline, dreams remain just that. Dreams, ideas, floating in the air with no foundation beneath them. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up, putting in the work, and staying consistent regardless of distractions, emotions, or obstacles. Most people rely on inspiration to take action, but winners understand that inspiration is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline, on the other hand, is steady. It keeps you moving forward long after the excitement fades. Every great achievement, every success story, every breakthrough is built on a foundation of discipline. The athlete who wakes up before dawn to train even when they'd rather stay in bed. The entrepreneur who puts in extra hours to master their craft while others are relaxing. The writer who pushes through writer's block and keeps writing even when the words don't come easily. They all understand that success is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do consistently. Discipline is the ability to say no to distractions and yes to priorities. It's choosing long-term success over short-term comfort. It's resisting the temptation to quit when progress feels slow. It's the unwavering commitment to the process, even when results aren't immediate. Many people give up too soon because they expect instant gratification. They start with enthusiasm, but the moment they face resistance, they retreat. Those who succeed, however, understand that discipline is about enduring the process, trusting the journey, and refusing to let setbacks define them. The world doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards those who are disciplined enough to put in the work. Discipline turns potential into mastery. It transforms dreams into reality. It separates the ones who merely start from the ones who finish. Those who cultivate discipline understand that success is not a matter of luck. It is the predictable result of unwavering commitment to consistent action. Success is not built in a day, it is built daily. Every small effort, every tiny decision, every seemingly insignificant action adds up over time. Just like a drop of water can carve through stone with consistency, small efforts, when repeated over time, have the power to transform lives. Most people underestimate the power of small actions because they don't see immediate results. They believe that if an action doesn't bring instant rewards, it must not matter. But winners understand that success is a game of accumulation. Every workout strengthens the body, every page read sharpens the mind, every dollar saved builds wealth, and every disciplined action creates momentum. Consider a person who commits to reading just 10 pages of a book each day. It doesn't seem like much. 10 pages won't change a life overnight, but in 1 year, that person will have read over 3,600 pages, the equivalent of 12 to 15 books. That's a level of wisdom and knowledge most people never attain, all from a simple daily habit. Or think about an athlete who adds just 1% more effort to their training each day. That extra push may not seem significant at the moment, but over weeks and months, their strength, endurance, and skill level rise to new heights. The difference between average and extraordinary isn't one giant leap. It's the accumulation of small improvements repeated over time. This principle applies to every area of life. The person who chooses to take the stairs instead of the elevator every day will, over time, build better health. The person who invests a small percentage of their income consistently will, over time, create financial security. The person who expresses gratitude daily will, over time, develop a positive and resilient mindset. Success does not require massive changes all at once. It requires small, intentional actions done consistently. The key is to stay patient and trust the process. At first, it may feel like nothing is happening, like the effort isn't making a difference. But just like a seed takes time to sprout beneath the soil before breaking through the forest, small efforts are quietly working in the background, creating the foundation for success. Everything begins in the mind. Before success can be achieved in the world, it must first be established in your thinking. Your mindset is the filter through which you see life, the foundation upon which you build your habits, your actions, and ultimately your results. Winners don't succeed because life is easier for them. They succeed because they think differently. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They believe in possibilities where others see limitations. They take responsibility for their growth while others blame circumstances. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act determines the results you get. If you believe that success is out of reach, you will unconsciously sabotage your efforts. If you see yourself as incapable, you will hesitate when opportunities arise. But when you shift your mindset, when you begin to believe in your own potential, when you start thinking like a winner, your actions will reflect that belief. Consider two people facing the same challenge. One sees it as a roadblock, an excuse to quit. The other sees it as a lesson, an opportunity to grow. One gives up, the other adapts, learns, and moves forward. Same challenge, different mindset, completely different outcomes. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, don't be surprised when your life is filled with struggle. But if you plant seeds of faith, discipline, and determination, you will reap a harvest of success. Winners guard their thoughts carefully. They feed their minds with wisdom, surround themselves with people who uplift them, and refuse to dwell on negativity. Challenges will come. Obstacles will arise. but your response to them is determined by your mindset. Winners don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They ask, "What can I learn from this?" They don't dwell on failure, they use it as fuel. They don't let fear control them, they act in spite of it. The truth is, you don't need more time, more luck, or more talent. You need the right mindset. Because when you change the way you think, you change the way you move. And when you change the way you move, you change the results you create. Growth and comfort cannot exist in the same place. The moment you choose comfort, you stop growing. The moment you stop growing, you stop progressing. Every person who has ever achieved something great had to step beyond what was familiar, push past their limits, and embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. Comfort is deceptive. It feels good in the moment, but it quietly steals potential. It convinces people to settle, to delay, to avoid risk. It whispers, "Take it easy, you have time, stay where it's safe." But winners know the truth. Comfort is a trap. It keeps people stuck in the same routines, repeating the same patterns, living the same year over and over again. Progress, on the other hand, requires discomfort. It requires pushing beyond what feels easy, stretching beyond what's known, and stepping into challenges that demand more. The athlete doesn't get stronger by lifting the same weights. They add resistance. The entrepreneur doesn't succeed by playing it safe. They take calculated risks. The mind doesn't grow by staying in its comfort zone. It grows by being challenged, by facing adversity, by overcoming obstacles. Every breakthrough happens just beyond the edge of comfort. The moment you feel resistance, the moment your mind tells you to quit, to back off, to take it easy, that is the precise moment when you must push forward. Because that's where growth happens, that's where transformation begins, that's where progress is made. Winners embrace discomfort as a necessary part of the journey. They welcome challenges because they know that struggle is not a sign to stop, it's a sign of growth. They refuse to let comfort dictate their future. Instead, they chase progress, knowing that every difficult step brings them closer to their highest potential. Success has no room for excuses. The people who achieve greatness, who build legacies, who turn dreams into reality, none of them got there by making excuses. They got there by taking responsibility, by finding solutions, by refusing to let circumstances dictate their destiny. Excuses are easy, they're comfortable, they give you a way out, a justification for why you're not where you want to be. I don't have enough time. I don't have the right connections. I'm too tired. It's too hard. These are the words that keep people stuck. While they're busy explaining why they can, someone else is out there proving that they can. Empires, whether in business, in personal growth, in relationships, or in any area of life, are built by those who take action, not by those who make excuses. The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful isn't talent, it isn't intelligence, it's the mindset of ownership. Winners don't wait for the perfect conditions, they create them. They don't blame the economy, their upbringing, or their circumstances. They focus on what they can do, not on what they can't. Every excuse is a missed opportunity. While one person is saying, "I don't have time to work on my goals," another person with the same 24 hours is making time. While one person is saying, "I don't have the resources," another is finding a way. The truth is, life will always present obstacles, always provide reasons to quit. But excuses don't change outcomes. Action does. If you want to build something great, you must remove excuses from your vocabulary. Winners understand that their future is in their hands. They take full responsibility for their actions, their discipline, and their results. Because in the end, you can have excuses, or you can have success, but you can't have both. Success isn't just about talent, luck, or opportunity. It's about the standards you set for yourself. Winners don't settle for average. They don't do just enough to get by. They hold themselves to a higher standard, one that demands excellence, discipline, and consistency in everything they do. Standards define what you're willing to accept from yourself. A person with low standards will tolerate mediocrity, inconsistency, and excuses. But a person with high standards refuses to cut corners. They refuse to give half-hearted effort. They refuse to live beneath their potential. Look at the most successful people in any field: athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders. What separates them isn't just skill. It's their commitment to maintaining high standards. While others settle, they push. While others make excuses, they take responsibility. While others do the minimum, they demand the maximum from themselves. High standards influence everything: how you work, how you think, how you treat people, how you show up for your goals. Winners don't just set goals, they set expectations for themselves. They don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. They don't let circumstances dictate their effort. Their commitment stays the same no matter what. And here's the truth: life will test your standards. It will present moments where it's easier to lower the bar, to accept less, to do just enough. But winners don't lower their standards to fit the situation. They rise above the situation to match their standards. They don't adjust their effort based on who's watching. They give their best even when no one is looking. The moment you raise your standards, everything changes. The way you think changes, the way you act changes, the results you produce change. Because success isn't about doing what's easy. It's about doing what's necessary and doing it with excellence every single time. Failure is not the end, it's the beginning of growth. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. Winners understand that failure is not a reflection of who they are. It's a teacher, a guide, a necessary part of the journey to success. Most people fear failure because they see it as a label, a mark of inadequacy. They take it personally, as if it defines their worth. But winners think differently. They don't see failure as a sign to stop. They see it as a sign to adjust, to learn, to refine their approach. Every failure contains valuable lessons, lessons that can only be learned by those who are willing to embrace the experience instead of running from it. Look at the greatest success stories in history. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team before becoming one of the greatest players of all time. Every champion, every leader, every innovator has a trail of failures behind them. But instead of letting failure define them, they used it to refine them. Failure reveals what needs improvement. It shows you what doesn't work so you can discover what does. It builds resilience, sharpens skill, and strengthens character. The difference between winners and everyone else is simple. When they fail, they don't quit. They analyze, they adjust, they move forward with greater wisdom. If you avoid failure, you avoid growth. Playing it safe might protect your ego, but it won't build your future. The only real failure is refusing to try. The moment you stop seeing failure as a setback and start seeing it as a setup for success, everything changes. Because failure is never final, it's just another step on the path to greatness. Success isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. And one of the smartest things you can do is build a routine that fuels your energy, sharpens your focus, and keeps you on track. Because here's the truth: your energy doesn't come from motivation alone. It comes from your habits. Winners understand that energy is not random, it's created. It's the result of disciplined actions, consistent habits, and intentional choices. The way you start your day, the way you manage your time, the way you take care of your body and mind, all of these shape your energy levels. Look at someone who wakes up late, rushes through their morning, skips meals, and fills their mind with negativity. By noon, they feel drained. They wonder why they're tired, why they lack focus, why they can't seem to stay productive. But the answer is simple. Their energy is following their routine. Now look at someone who wakes up with purpose, moves their body, feeds their mind with wisdom, sets clear goals, and stays disciplined in their habits. Their energy is high, their focus is sharp. They are in control of their momentum because they have designed a routine that fuels them. Your routine is the foundation of your success. It determines your mental clarity, your emotional strength, and your ability to push through challenges. If you feel stuck, unmotivated, or exhausted, don't just look at your workload. Look at your daily habits, because success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It comes from consistently doing the right things every single day. Life is always moving. You're either in control or you're being controlled. If you don't push yourself to grow, to improve, to step up, then life will push you around. Circumstances will dictate your direction. Other people will decide your future, and you'll find yourself reacting instead of leading. Winners understand this. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create them. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They take action, because they know that if they don't push themselves beyond their limits, the world will push them into a life of mediocrity. Think about it. If you don't discipline yourself, the world will do it for you. If you don't take charge of your time, distractions will steal it. If you don't push yourself to be financially responsible, debt and struggle will push you into stress. If you don't push yourself to grow stronger, adversity will expose your weaknesses. Every day you have a choice: push yourself or be pushed around by excuses, by circumstances, by the expectations of others. The people who rise to the top are the ones who demand more from themselves than anyone else ever could. They don't need someone to tell them to work hard. They push themselves. They don't need someone to hold them accountable. They set their own high standards. And here's the reality. Pushing yourself is uncomfortable. It's not easy to wake up early, to stay disciplined, to keep going when you feel like stopping, but it's far easier than the alternative. Living a life where you never reach your potential, where you're always at the mercy of outside forces, where you look back and wonder, what if? Winners refuse to be pushed around by life. They take control. They push themselves every day, not because it's easy, but because they know the alternative is unacceptable. Because in the end, you either push yourself to greatness or life pushes you into regret.